Welcome to Kentucky Horsepower, the official podcast of the Kentucky Automobile Dealers Association. Hi, and good day, everyone. This is Jason Wilson of KADA, and here for another edition of Kentucky Horsepower. Joining me today is one of our car dealers right here in Kentucky, Darrell Billings, who's the owner of Tanner Chrysler Products in Stanton, Kentucky. Darrell, thanks for joining us today. How are you?
I'm great, Jason. Glad to be here.
Good. Well, for those of you that don't know, the reason we're talking to Darrell today is Darrell has decided that life as a dealer has just gotten too boring and he doesn't have enough things to do. So he's going to run for the State House of Representatives, that what will be the 91st district. And we wanted to give Darrell a chance to introduce himself and talk to our fellow dealers here. So Darrell, let's just jump right into it. Why did you decide to take this on?
Well, Jason, my family's been involved in politics in a lot of different aspects over the past 35, 40 years. My Uncle Nig was the last state senator we had from here in Powell County back in the 70s. So we've always had some interest.
Got it. So let's talk a little bit. Now, obviously, you've been a car dealer for a number of years, been in this industry. Talk a little bit about how you got started in the auto industry and what got you into this great business.
Well, it's kind of a funny story. I have a degree in police administration and had every intention of going to the Kentucky State Police Academy.
Okay.
Was accepted in the academy back in '85, and the academy wasn't supposed to start until January of '86. And I needed something to do for 5 or 6 months.
Sure.
So I got in the car business, was hired by the Hatfield organization in Lexington at the old Bluegrass Chrysler. And the rest is kind of taken off from there. I made a little money, got an education from Tony Hatfield and the Hatfield organization that I couldn't have got from Harvard.
Well, that's an awesome story. And again, starting at just, I guess, selling cars, right? I mean,
I did.
Yeah. And now you are owner operator and in Tanner Chrysler Products. Well, as you pursue this and running for office here, what are the items that, if elected, that you're going to want to focus on, the things that are important to you within your community, and tell us a little bit about the makeup of this district?
Well, the district kind of fits my DNA. I'm also a farmer. I've been an agriculturalist for 30 plus years. And this community, Powell, Estill, and about 7 precincts in Madison County really fits the DNA of who I am. Small community, conservative values, but we still understand that small businesses play an integral role in our state economy. And I think that's one of the things that makes me unique, being a car dealer, as well as an agriculturalist, as well as having some experience. My wife's a school teacher, father's retired police officer. So we've got a lot of other areas of expertise that concerns us with this small communities.
Well, it sounds like a great fit. Like you said, with it being, as you put it, in your DNA, it sounds like it'll be a very natural thing for you to run in that area because you're speaking to things that you have experience with, about, the community, you've been engaged and involved there for many, many years. And from our standpoint, we love the idea at KADA of having a car dealer in the State House as a legislature. It sure helps get our message out and be able to speak to legislators about our challenges, and who better to be able to do that than another car dealer, which sort of leads me to the next question I'd like to ask you from your perspective. And again, given your experience as a dealer, what do you see as the biggest challenges today? Automotive, obviously we know about inventory, we know about chips, but in a general sense, what do you see as the biggest challenges for car dealers today?
Well, I think there's 2 real issues right now. One, of course, I think I've said it before, is succession.
Yeah.
So many of our car dealers are starting to get a little older, and we're needing to find ways to make sure we can transfer these dealerships to our families and allow them to continue as successful venues within our communities. I think succession's a big deal, and there's a lot of tax implications and that kind of stuff I think really needs to be forefront. Secondly, I think our relationships with our manufacturers has got to maintain our franchise protections, whether it's warranty, whether it's your market share. Those things are going to be well protected. We've been very blessed in Kentucky for 35 plus years with having great franchise laws.
Yep.
But we need to keep those strong, and we need to keep those very vibrant and very in our mind and not forefront on what we're thinking.
Yeah, I think that's a great point. We can't organizationally within this industry, we need to be vigilant as to ensuring that those franchise laws stay strong and that they're being abided by. As you know, and have seen, there's plenty of times the manufacturers look to push the envelope where they can as it relates to those laws. And it's important to be engaged with those items. If you've been following, our big bill that we're working on right now is the modernization bill with the county clerk's offices, the ability to modernize and having dealers being able to actually begin that registration titling process at the store level electronically. So these sort of things can get done quicker. All things moving forward and trying to evolve and modernize where we can. As we speak to modernizing and the future, you mentioned succession, you mentioned franchise laws, but if you take a longer view of this industry, what is it that you see moving forward, maybe 10, 20 years? What are going to be the big challenges from your perspective that you see in the future?
I think electrification is going to change the way our industry has been operating for decades. We're going to have new people come into the market. We're going to have new manufacturers come into the market. They're going to be after their piece of the pie, just like I just think the dealer body needs to make sure we have a seat at that table. I'm not sure we'll see complete electrification in my tenure, but we've got to be prepared for it and be prepared to protect the dealer bodies in these communities as those things start to transgress and start to come to fruition.
Yeah, I think that's a really interesting point. There's certainly been a lot of discussion about it. Obviously, to this point, it's largely been Tesla that's been getting all that, promotion, through their marketing efforts, their social media presence, all those things. I do think it's going to be interesting now because they've been able to run in that lane by themselves without a lot of competition in that segment. Obviously, Nissan has sold a lot of Leafs, but by and large, the OEMs have not been engaged to the point that they're pledging to be engaged to. So I think that is going to be an interesting development. That's going to be much more competitive. And I would encourage, and it sounds like you would agree, that we need to be engaged in this process and embrace these changes in technology. Too often car dealers are painted with this brush as being anti-EV, which is not the case at all. It's simply having a good, viable product that you can sell. Would you agree with that?
I think that is probably true. The biggest problem I think we're going to have as car dealers, we just need to make sure we're seated at the table. I don't think there's a car dealer out there that's against electrification. I do believe there's dealers out there that are against electrification as they're trying to be force-fed. I think we need that seat at the table. I think we need to have some communication on how we're going to go forward with our facilities, with training, all the things that are going to come from electrification. And then we're still going to have to maintain the gasoline engine for a long time. It's not going away tomorrow.
No, that's very true. So, it is exciting to think about the future and what all can happen as it relates to products and the evolution of those and moving to EVs. But you're right. This stuff is not coming tomorrow. It's going to be, I think personally, it's going to take longer than many are projecting or forecasting because of the infrastructure alone, how each state's going to have to manage that both at the state level and the federal level. And with you running and hopefully being successful in your endeavor here, you'll definitely have a seat at that table and a part of those conversations at the state level.
Well, one of the things I think is important is we not only we have always, as a dealer body, we've always been involved with education, with transportation, with everything that goes on in Kentucky. In every community, there's a car dealer that's overly involved in trying to make sure their community is a better place to live and work. And I think as car dealers, we're probably going to have to take on some of that education reform in some of these technical centers and training young men and women as they come out of high school, come out of technical schools, that they are career ready when they come to us. So I think we have a unique place that we can do that not only ties us to the transportation industry, but puts us forefront in the education industry as well.
Yeah, that's a great point. As we talk about technicians just in general, and the challenge to get technicians in, and as technicians age and move into retirement era, who's going to fill those roles? This new technology is an opportunity to sort of reset that conversation and attract new people within this industry. So I agree. I think that education aspect does have great potential for our industry moving forward.
I think it's one of the things that I might have a unique perspective and could bring to the table on the state level with the legislature, is the fact that we need to be involved in that educational process at the high school level and the technical college level, and perhaps even bring our manufacturers in who potentially could bring dollars into our state for training facilities and those type things. So we have a unique opportunity to really jump up in front of a lot of the states in the Midwestern part of this country, in the heart, the corn belt of this country, so to speak, and kind of take a proactive role than being reactive.
Yeah, look, I think that's a great point. I'll just wrap up by saying, Darrell, we're again very excited to have you running for this legislative role as a representative for the 91st District. We will make sure to continue these conversations as the year progresses and allow you to check in with our dealer body as a whole and keep these conversations moving forward as we look to support one of our own to move forward with this. So again, congratulations to you on your decision. We're very excited to have some real representation here moving forward, and we'll keep the conversation moving forward throughout the year.
Jason, thank you very much. And if you would, feel free to put my email address or cell phone number out there, that if there's a concern or a voice that I need to hear, I would certainly appreciate it. And of course, like everybody knows, I ate breakfast at 7 o'clock in Waco this morning and was back to work by 8:15. So it makes for some long days.
That's right. That's right. Well, we wish you luck on this journey. We'll be supporting your efforts as best we can for sure. And I appreciate you spending some time with us today.
Thank you, Jason.
All right. Thank you, everyone. We'll see you next time on Kentucky Horsepower. We'll see you down the road.